Sup traders, how y'all doing? This may help you. In this video, we're going to be talking about psychological compartmentalization and personification as a way to improve trading experience, improve trading results, and make more money in these markets. So welcome and fam, much love, Trav here. So the idea for this technique and the example that I'm going to give came from a very interesting man named Brian Johnson. He describes himself as being a longevity athlete, extreme longevity athlete. He's trying to live a long time and he's doing all the weird, crazy things you could think of. But he went from a he went from bad habits to good habits. Or he went from, his habits are quite extreme, but he went from overeating junk food at night and some other negative things. And he describes his process of changing, of identifying that there's a different version of himself, which he started to call Evening Brian. And Evening Brian had these traits and qualities about him, and he would sabotage Morning Brian. But you have with your friends Brian, you have working Brian, you have with the kids Brian, etc. You have stressed Brian, etc. So what he did was he identified that, especially this time of night, and this guy was just sabotaging himself, and he went and he had some sort of formal ritual of firing Evening Brian. So I thought about that, and I looked at myself, and I saw a similar thing where I have a winner Trav and I have a loser Trav, especially when it comes to trading. And it's obvious because 2020, 2021, I made big six figures in the markets. 2022, I lost six figures in the first half of the year. I made, in the last couple months, the last 4 months, I made $60,000, $70,000 profit. And then so far, to start this year, I've lost $70,000, $80,000. So to go from consistently making money to consistently losing money to consistently making money to consistently losing money. And what's really interesting is when it comes to losing money, okay, my stats are like the same on the 2 periods of losing. So it doesn't matter how much more experience I have. It doesn't matter how much more time I've spent. What matters is if loser Trav is in control, then I'm gonna do all kinds of emotional things and trade emotionally and do things wrong, and I'm gonna have bad results. So one of the most important things I can do for success is manage the different versions of me. Loser Trav might be there, but he cannot be in control. It needs to be winner Trav. So what I'm doing is I'm identifying the different traits of both, the winning traits and the losing traits. And what I've also started to do is, when I'm getting the sensation that loser Trav is interested in taking an action, having a dialogue within myself, like, who am I talking to? Is this the winning me? Is this the losing me? Why do you want to do this? So I'm going to start with the loser Trav, and you may relate to this. So loser Trav, he trades to indulge his emotions and impulses. Trading is an indulgence. It's not just an impulse, it is an indulgence. He's mad, he's angry, he indulges his anger with the trade. He's afraid he's going to run out of money. He indulges his fear by putting on a trade or closing a trade he shouldn't. Loser Trav is greedy, so he won't take profit. We'll come back to this. Or he'll put on positions as chasing the market because he doesn't think about what he's going to lose. He's greedy. A loser Trav is frustrated when he misses a fill or just barely gets stopped out, and he indulges his frustration by trading. So trading is an indulgence. Loser Trav he's ungrateful of what the market gives, so he never takes profit, and he's greedy for more, so he's always adding. So he keeps adding until price comes back and stops him. Enough is never enough for loser Trav. So he's never takes profit because it's never enough. Right? He's always adding because it's always greed for more. And as a result, loser Trav is a bad beat story. It's been a tough year. The market turned. I wasn't, whatever it is, excuses or taking accountability. Regardless, it's a bad beat story. Another thing about loser Trav is he needs to be plugged in. He's chart watching. He is attached to his trade. He cares so much about this trade, and he's watching it. He's watching it on the 5 minute. He's watching it on the 1 minute. He's watching his trades, checking all the time, and that means he's not doing other things. He's losing in his life. He's not. That causes him to not sleep well. It causes him to have a poor social life, or not eat as well, or eat at odd hours because he's obsessed with following his trade. Now, when he trades, obviously, loser Trav has a low win rate and a low risk reward because he puts on these horrible trades and he doesn't take the profit that's offered to him. So he will have a 20% win rate, and his risk reward will be 1 or less than 1. So that guy, I recognize him in me when I'm staring at the chart on the 5 minute and I'm feeling anxious or fearful. This is loser Trav. Let me talk to you. Okay, you're stand down, brother. Stand down, right? Winner Trav. So this is the guy who made 70 grand in 4 months and had 40% win rate, average 5 RR for 4 months. Fucking crazy, dude. You really did that. How did you average 5 risk reward and have a win rate over 30 for 4 months? That's insane. How did you do it? Well, Winner Trav is very data based. He knows his data and lives by it. He knows the odds of the setup working and what risk reward to aim for, and he lives by that. Winner Trav knows the data and he lives by it. So he's collecting data, and that's the sort of work he's doing. Winner Trav is patient for his setup and price to come to his level. He's not trading out of indulgence. He may want to trade, whatever it is, but he's patient. He's gonna wait. Winner Trav's got a plan. When price comes up here, I'm gonna sell short. If price comes down here, I'm gonna go long. I'm not gonna do anything until price reaches one of those areas. Okay? So another thing, Winner Trav is detached emotionally, and from this trade in particular, Winner Trav, this trade doesn't matter. I'm not gonna blow up from this trade. I get a couple good opportunities every single week. I get paid every single month. I'll make a lot of money this year. This trade doesn't matter. So I don't care. I'm not over risking or over leveraging, right? Winner Trav is confident in execution, which goes with the detachment. Winner Trav's confident. This is what I'm supposed to do, whether it works or not. Right? This is the right thing to do. It might work, it might not this time, but in general, this is the right thing to do, so I can detach. And log off is something Winner Trav can do. Winner Trav sets himself up for success in a number of ways. One of them is collecting data, which he can later go by. Another way that Winner Trav sets himself up for success is he puts his computer away, time locks it, puts his phone away, time locks it, and goes to sleep early. Goes out and lives life, and Winner Trav wins in other aspects of his life as a result. He has more success in his relationships. He has more success with his health. He has more success in everything that he does because he has more time as well, because he's not glued to the chart. Winner Trav is disciplined in all respects. That means Winner Trav, he don't smoke, he don't drink, he doesn't do drugs. Loser Trav wants to take drugs or eat junk food or look at porn, whatever it is. So Winner Trav is extremely disciplined in all respects. He's really a strict man. Winner Trav is satisfied and grateful. So Loser Trav is always finding something to be mad about, right? He's always finding something to be upset that he didn't get filled, that he didn't size enough. And his ungratitude, his lack of gratitude, is what leads to continuing to add and being greedy and not taking profit. But since Winner Trav is grateful to be alive, grateful to be here today, and grateful that the market's giving him money. Maybe it's signaling the end of the trade is near. He's grateful and satisfied with what the market has given him. So he's okay taking that and leaving, and knowing that's the right thing to do, accepting, and moving on to what the next trade idea, the next level might be. So you recognize the difference of the different people in you, in your trading, and in your life, and make sure that the right person is in charge. And you can literally have a dialogue with yourself about who's in charge right now, who am I talking to, what is motivation, right? And for me, Loser Trav's always going to be there inside of me. He exists. And I just need, if anything, I need to placate him. Winner Trav needs to placate him, not by indulging his emotions and impulses, but by tending to his emotions. Winner Trav is afraid. Winner Trav is angry. Okay, let's manage your emotions. You can't make them go away, right? But you're not going to trade off of them, right? You're not going to indulge yourself in the marketplace. Trading is not an indulgence; it's a business, right? So you're sad, call a friend. You're angry, let's go for a walk to the beach with the dog, right? You're impatient, bored, let's go do something social, let's go do something else. You're frustrated, you're angry, let's do some breathing, do some journaling. So far, this has really helped me. It seems like I'm back on the right track of success. I feel like Winter Trav is back in control. I know my data and I'm living by it. And the second half of this month is going pretty good. I'm starting to get good entries again. I think May is maybe the least trades I've taken since last September, which is quite good. But I'd like to reduce it even more, or at least eliminate some of the lower quality trades. And yeah, things are good, and this is super helpful. This is helping me make sure who's leading the ship, that I'm doing things for the right reasons. And again, the dialogue with yourself as I talk to myself is extremely helpful. And if I should or shouldn't do something, like, I think I should get out here. Why? Is it because you're greedy? Is it because you're afraid? Or is it because the data says so? If the data says to do nothing, don't do anything, right? So I guess the question is why Loser Trav came back in 2022 or 2023. I don't know. It's a question. Maybe other things in my life affected it, where, yeah, it was okay for part of my story to be this, or I'm not exactly sure that there's a reason why that had to happen. I just know that it did happen. It's just something that happened. As Loser Trav came back in control. It's something that I want to stop from ever happening again, though. And just, yeah, keep him managed and cared for and reassured, and just have Winter Trav calling all the shots in my life. So maybe that's helpful for you. You can do the same things in your trading and in your life, and hope you find that useful. Much love. Peace.